welcome to the VonderKnits podcast. My name is Kayla and I am your host on this knitting, crocheting, and making YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. It is Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, and I am excited to share all of the crafting I've been up to. But first, before we jump into the knits and the goodies, if you want to follow me elsewhere on the internet, I can be found on Instagram as VonderKnits and on Ravelry as Kayla VonderKnit. This is episode 10 and I'm so excited. I was trying to get an episode out every month. I did get a little backtracked in July when we moved, but however, I think I've caught up. It's very exciting. So let's go ahead and get into my finished objects. I believe I only have two, but I'm wearing one. All right, let me get back and I'll show you what I finished. It's so comfy. So this is the Cinnabar Sweater by Mavencrafted. I did knit the size 5 and it is a worsted weight pattern. When this sweater was first released, I wanted to knit it so bad, but I had already started several other projects, so it went on my queue and it sat for several years. But finally it was time. I wanted to have a new sweater for my birthday and I finished it I think a couple of days before my birthday, which was yesterday. So I got to wear it yesterday, which was very exciting. Let me show you the yarn here. These sleeves are awesome. It makes me want to knit more sweaters with big old sleeves. But the yarn is Stitch Together Studio. It is a 100% Targhee. Which is super springy and it's really cozy, and I feel like it was it had kind of a tighter ply on it, but it came in a giant hank and it was 250 grams and it was 616 yards. But this is from Stitch Together Studio and the colorway is Wino Forever and I just love it. It's so cozy. I did knit the size 5. I believe I said that. And it was a cropped length sweater. It did grow with blocking, which is fine. It hits right above my hip now. But it's got these awesome big sleeves that I really, really love. Yeah, it's 100% non-superwash, but that's okay. I'll take care of it. Usually I just make sweaters in superwash yarns if I'm gifting them. That way they're easier to care for, but I don't mind making non-superwash for myself because I have no issue like hand washing things and laying them out to dry. But no, it's got raglans for the increasing. It's got big sleeves. It's really cozy. I really like it. I like the colorway. I think it's pretty fun. I wore it out yesterday while we were running errands and stuff with my witch hat, which was really fun. My plan is to keep it over, or wear it over skirts and high-waisted jeans and just really enjoy it and just be cozy and snuggly. So, hooray! Oh, these sleeves are so good. I love the sleeves. Okay, let's get into my second finished object, which is a pair of Halloween socks. Da, 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 da. I talked about these last time. These are the, well, they have Lexi here on them. These socks are the Heel Toe Do-Si Do pattern by Kay of a Crazy Sock Lady podcast. And the yarn is Nomadic yarns in the Witch Better Have My Candy colorway. This is as bright as the colors are. This is pretty true. I knit these on a US size 1 2.25 millimeter needle. I followed the pattern except I think I switched out the ribbing. I did the ribbing a little different. And the pattern calls for a heel flap in gusset. I did an afterthought heel instead. I like the way it looks with the self-striping yarns. I like the little bullseye it does. It's not my favorite fit for my feet, but aesthetically I like the look for the self-striping socks. But yeah, these are for me. I believe I knit the medium, which was my 64 stitches. But yeah, these are for me. I'm so excited to wear these on Halloween. The gauge was pretty tight on these, which I don't know what happened or what I was doing. So when I did cut in for the afterthought heel, I usually just start the decreases right away, but this time I knit, I want to say 5 rounds before I started the decreases, just to get me a little bit more wiggle room across this width, because I don't, if they're super duper tight and they're uncomfortable to wear, I will not likely reach for them a lot. But I wanted to just make sure that there was extra space and there wasn't extra like pressure across the big part of the foot there. So I did give myself a couple of extra rounds just so my foot would fit in. And then yeah, I think everything else I just kind of knit it to my specifications for my foot. But I did follow the pattern for the tops, which I really like this pattern. Let me take it off the sock blocker here and show you laying flat. Yeah, those are tight on there. Yeah, you got these really neat waves, which I think is really pretty in the striping yarn. Yeah, I'm excited to wear these for Halloween. Sorry, I want to put them back on the blockers just to give them some stretching, because I know I knit them tighter for some reason. I don't know. I did knit them on my double pointed needles. My Knit Picks like Caspian needles, so I think that might be why. I'm not sure, but they're tighter. The gauge is tighter than it normally is, so that's okay. I'm just leaving them on the blockers just to stretch them out. Okay. That's all I had for finished objects. I really just wanted to finish the sweater for my birthday and then get those socks done so I can wear them for Halloween. But I did start a new pair of socks. It's in my Stitching Plaza bag, and it's got Lexi hair on it. What are you gonna do? Aussies, they shed like nuts. But yeah, be thankful there's more coffee. It's coffee, it's pumpkins, it's so cute. And it's got a really cute, it's got the orange polka dots on the top and then the gray polka dots on the inside. But I did start a new pair of socks, which I've had this yarn in my stash since Great Lakes Fiber Show from 2 years ago, I think. Let me show you the colorway first. Again, Lexi hair, sorry. Oh, it's so pretty. But yeah, this is from Shirsty Cat Designs, and it is the BFL sock, 464 yards for 100 grams, 75% superwash BFL and 25% nylon. And here's their card, or their tag for the yarn. And the colorway is Heart of the Witch, which it is, it feels a little bit more rusticy because it's the BFL yarn, but then it also, ooh, there's some fuzzies. But it also has like a really kind of like dark and moody colorway, which I really liked it on the BFL because the color matched the feel of the yarn, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does make sense, but I am knitting this pair of socks on my Likey Driftwood double pointed needles. They are size US 1 2.25 millimeter. This is the second sock, and I do put my little stitch markers every 10 rounds just so I can make the socks the same. But yeah, I love these. Are from Katrinkle. These were last year's, and I think Katrinkle's has more skulls in different colors this year, and it has taken all of my willpower not to go buy them. I was at the yarn shop, my local yarn shop, Wild Fibers, over the weekend, and I saw them and I nearly grabbed them, but I was like, I already have stitch markers at home that are skulls. I don't need more. Anyway, but I did finish the first sock. I am knitting these on, like I said, on my double pointed needles, US size 1 2.25 millimeter. They are for me. They are 64 stitches, and I am knitting a 2x2 rib. I have never knit a 2x2 rib sock for myself. So this will be my first pair and hopefully it fits okay. I was laughing. I was like, that looks like it's gonna fit right. My husband's like, yeah, I know it's rib, it's stretchy, so it will fit. And again, my little stitch markers. I ran out of skulls, so I switched over to mushies. I believe these were Katrinkles as well. But yeah, 64 stitches. I think I did like 60 rounds on the leg. Yeah. And then my heel flap, my gusset, all the way down. I forget, I just measured for this sock because my gauge was a little bit different. My gauge has been tighter on like my 9-inch circulars, but on these double pointed needles, they were a little bit looser. And I don't know if it's because the yarn was more grippy or if it's because they're longer needles and they're a little bit more awkward for my hand to hold. I don't know, but it's good, so good. I love them. I'm excited to wear these. Let's put those away. And then last project, which is a big one, I started another sweater for myself. I'm really excited. I've decided that this fall will be clothing for me. So I've knit one sweater, I'm making on another sweater for myself. I'll probably take a break in November and do gift knitting. But then in December, it's right back on to casting on sweaters because I had like 5 sweaters quantities worth of yarn sitting in my stash that I wanted to use. So this project was in this bag, which is a gift from my sister-in-law for Christmas last year, which I love. The sweater just outgrew it, but it's a nice big bag. It's got VonderKnits on it, and it's in black and purple, which are my favorites. Let me put that down here. Oh, no, don't fall. Ah. All right, coffee break. So I'm not gonna lie, I was totally inspired by Kay for Crazy Sock Lady podcast too. I saw using this Big Twist yarn to make a cardigan for herself. And I've seen this at Joann's before, but I usually try to order like sweater quantities from Knit Picks because I like the range of colors, but this is really, really soft. And I've really enjoyed working with it. It is the Big Twist Tweed. It's 97% acrylic, 3% viscose. And it's 382 yards for 6 ounces. This color is the strangest like gray green I've ever seen. It's weird. I look at it, I'm like, what? It's just strange to me. The color is DK green, but I think for dark green, but it looks like gray. Because my walls are dark green, but this is more of a gray. So anyway, the pattern I am knitting is the Lodge Sweater by Ozetta. I also am knitting the size 5 on this because I want some room to be cozy because that's what we're doing this year. So let me back up to show you. I am almost done, you guys. Look at that. Oh, it's so big. When I tell you I've been working on socks and the sweater, that's all I've been working on, and mostly the sweater. So it is a big oversized sweater. I cannot wait to wear this and throw it over leggings. I'm so excited. It's got a like kind of a fake turtleneck vibe going on here. Hi baby, what's wrong? Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then it's got a boxy fit, and then it does have vents here up the sides, which I've never done a split seam sweater. So yeah, I'm almost done. I need to measure the sleeve, but I think it's time to start the ribbing on the sleeve, which is exciting. I am all about the big cozy knits right now and big cozy like flannels. And I just want to be cozy. I want to be warm. I want to be cozy. I want to be snuggled up. We are going into rainy season here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington. So I am ready just to be cozy and warm and wear my hats and wear my fingerless mitts and just be, just be. So yeah, that will probably be done today. And I'm excited for that because I'm ready to wear it. yeah, that's all I've been working on. I'm drinking coffee in a nondescript giant white mug. It used to have words on it, but they all fell off, so. But yeah, socks, which will probably be done soon. This sweater will be done today, which I'm very excited for because I'm ready to get snuggly. Yeah, and then I think my plan for the rest of this month, I have 2 more socks I want to finish and a muscle burra hat. I don't know if I'll get them done this month. They might go into November. But I do want to switch over to gift knitting in November. My niece has loved all of the socks I've knit for her, so I'm going to knit her a pair of socks for Christmas, and then I also want to knit her another lodge sweater by Ozetta. I love the pattern so much. I love how mine is turning out, so I did order yarn for her, and she's going to be getting one as well, which I think she'll love. I talked to my sister, and she said that she's really into oversized, cozy things right now, so I'm like, this will be perfect. What? Come here. Why are you hitting me? What is wrong? This is Archer. He is the resident, I need attention kitty cat. He's running up and hitting me in the back and then running away. I don't know. The doggos are in the room with the kiddos today. They are sick. So we are having a sick day. They were dozing last time I checked on them, so. But yeah, what I've been reading, what we've been watching. We are watching our horror movies. We watched The Thing, which, oh my gosh, I did not expect that to be as good as it was. I loved it. I've heard it's a really good, like, science fiction horror movie. It was awesome. I went into it thinking, oh, it's gonna be just like a cheesy 80s sci-fi horror. It was so good. My husband also really enjoyed it. And we watched The Thing, like the one from the 80s with Kurt Russell. So good. I had never seen it. It was awesome. What else did we watch? Alien. We just watched Alien over the weekend. It was my birthday yesterday, so we kind of celebrated over the weekend. I had a lot of plans, like going to the pumpkin patch and doing a haunted house cookie, like a gingerbread house, but for Halloween. It was a haunted one. And then I wanted to go to some yarn stores, and I wanted to do a hike, but the kids woke up not feeling great, so we ended up staying at home for the most part and just kind of hanging out. I did run to the local yarn store, Wild Fibers in Mount Vernon, Washington, and picked up a few things for the kids. They had a new colorway. Was it Madeline? Yeah, Madeline Tosh's Hue of the Moment was Goosebumps. That came out this month, and my daughter's just started reading Goosebumps, and she's obsessed. So I wanted to make her like a little shawl out of the Goosebumps. I think she would really like that. So, and of course, when I pick up yarn for my daughter, I have to pick up yarn for my son. So I picked up a skein for him as well to make a little shawl. So sweet. But yeah, and then we've been watching our horror movies. I just finished reading Neon Gods by Katie Robert. So good. I took a lot of Greek and Roman mythology classes in college. They were my favorite classes. I was not like a sociology major or anything, or a history major, but I just loved learning about that. So I took several classes, and the book is basically a Hades and Persephone retelling. It's so good. It like, it just spoke to me. Like, at one point I knew that the character was gonna say a specific word before they said this specific word, because I enjoy Greek and Roman mythology. And then they said the word and I geeked out, and my husband's laughing at me because I'm like freaking out. I'm like, this is tickling all of the parts of my brain. Like, I am so happy about that. But it was so good. So I did run to our local library and I picked up Electric Idols, which is the second in the series. And I picked up Year of the Witchling, I think it's called, which I've been burned by Witchling books before, so I'm hoping this one's a bit better. This was in the like horror section that they set aside for Halloween, so I'm hoping it's a bit better. But yeah, we've just had a slow weekend taking care of babies who were sick. They're home today with fevers. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go in there and snuggle them after I get off here. But I wanted to jump on, share my crafts I've been working on, because that sweater is very close to being done, and I'm like, I want that to be my finished object next time. So yeah, I think that's it. hopefully I'll probably be back in a couple weeks with new cast-ons, some gift knitting. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. I enjoyed sharing my things with you, and I can't wait to see you next time. So again, my name is Kayla. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today, and until I see you again, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.